start your Adobe Premiere project. Whenever we start a new project in class, we have a new assignment. All right, so the first thing you're going to always do is you're going to go to the Finder down here in the corner. You're going to click on that little face. You're going to open up this window, and you're going to go to Creative Cloud Files. That's the cloud where all of your projects are stored, so you can get to them from all different devices. You're going to right-click inside this area, make a new folder, and I'm going to call it whatever the project title is. So Favorite Snack is what we were working on now. That's what I'm going to call it. Hit Return. There's my folder. Now this folder will hold all the project files, assets, everything that's going to go into this particular project. Now I open up Premiere, like so. I say New Project. I locate this area up here in the top. So this is where the title of my project is. I'm going to give it a title so I can recognize it from the list of other projects. So let's call this Favorite Snack. And then the very important thing here is project location. So right now it's going to be in my Waldo project, which I do not want it to be in. So I am going to drop down. I'm going to choose a location. I'm going to select Creative Cloud Files. I will see my favorite snack folder that I just made in here. I will say choose. I'm going to make sure that my create sequence, new sequence is turned to gray, and I'm going to say create. There we go. So here's my project. I'm going to go to Window. I'm going to say Workspaces. Make sure I'm in the editing workspace because I want my editing window to be the first place that I start. So I'm going to close that down and I'm ready to go. So now I need some assets and some things to edit inside my project. So let's minimize that window. I am going to locate my Creative Cloud Favorite Snacks folder, which I have here. Remember, if you don't find it, just click on the Finder button down here. Click on Favorite or Creative Cloud, and then I'm going to open up Favorite Snack. Now look at that. There's my project file. That's what I just saved in there from Premiere. So this is where all the knowledge is inside my project. Now I need some assets. So I put my SD card in the computer. I have it right here. I'm going to double click on that. I am going to pull the stream from the back computer here onto my folder. I'm also, if I have some extra things inside this folder here, I can find another movie in here, whatever I got. I'm going to throw it in here, and I'm good to go. All right, so I got these two guys in here just like that. So now I'm going to go back to Premiere. I'm going to say import, and now I need to find those files, right? So I'm going to say home. I'm going to look, and here's my Creative Cloud Files. Now be careful when you click this folder, you want to double click on it to open it. You do not want to select it. If you select it, you're selecting everything inside that folder, which you do not want to do. So I'm going to uncheck it, and I'm just going to quickly double click. So that way I can see that these are all gray. If I go back, let me just jump back here to home. If I were to click on this accidentally and then open it up, see how everything is selected? And then again, it'll pull every single file you have into your Premiere project, which you do not want. So I'm going to uncheck that box. I'm going to double click. Now I'm going to look for Favorite Snack folder. I'm going to open that one up, and I'm going to grab my pictures. And actually what you can do is a shortcut is when you go to Creative Cloud Files here, oops, see I selected it. I'm going to double click on it. Where it says Creative Cloud Files up here, I'm going to star it right here, and then it'll add it to my favorites list. And so when I click on that, it'll take me right to this window, and I don't have to worry about accidentally double clicking or checking the box. So I'm going to double click here. These are my videos here, so I'm going to click these boxes in blue. I'm going to say create new sequence. Now you want to create a new sequence only once in your project. So the first time that you import anything into your project, you're going to create that sequence. We'll talk a little bit more later about sequences and adding different things when your video becomes like an hour or two long. But for now, 1 minute long video, everything's going to be in the same sequence. So I create that sequence. I say import, and it threw my videos right here into the sequence down below. Okay? And I can see whichever video here is in the lead, it's going to adjust the resolution of the sequence to fit that project, right? So we'll talk a little bit about project resolution. If I want to change the resolution of my timeline, if I go to sequence and I say sequence settings, you can see here that it is 1920 by 1080. This is like a high definition video, so that's actually a good resolution for your video to be at. It just depends on the quality of video that you recorded for the project, right? You don't want to upscale this too high if your videos are low quality because it will look grainy and pixelated. But 1920 by 1080 is a decent video for high def. So I'm going to say cancel. So now my problem is I can see here this video fits the window, but this video is now too small. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on that video once, then I'm going to right click on it, and I have this whole list of things here. I'm going to say scale to frame size. There we go. So now I just scaled that video up, and everything is all the proper size. All right, perfect. So now let's say I want to add something else to my video. I've edited my video together, I've trimmed it, I've clipped it, I've done everything that I wanted to do, I rearranged these things, I got everything all set. And now I want to put in a little bit of like an image, like Doritos is my favorite snack, right? So I'm going to search the internet, I'm going to find some pictures, I'm going to download them. I'm going to locate my favorite snack folder again by clicking on the Finder. I'm going to go to Creative Cloud Files, I'm going to open up favorite snack folder, and I can see here, I'm going to drag my Doritos bag into this folder, right? So now, if I go out to Premiere, I say import. I'm going to refresh here, so let's click on favorite snack again. There we go. Here's my Doritos bag. I'm going to click on that Doritos because I want to import it. Now, slow down. New sequence. I do not want a new sequence because it's going to make a new timeline. The other stuff's going to disappear and you're going to be absolutely confused. So what you want to do from now on, whenever you import something into the same project, you want to unclick that blue check. And it should by default say unclicked once you unclick it. Now I'm going to say import. There we go. So I've imported it, and it's a little like over here, there's my libraries, media browser. I'm going to find my favorite snack over here, just like that. And then I can see all the assets that I have inside of here. So here's my Doritos bag. I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to put it wherever in my timeline that I want it. Right? If I put it on the top, it's going to appear, just like that. If I click on it, under Effects Controls over here, these are, I can scale and rotate everything. I can also, here, so if I drag this and I change it just like so, I can move it like this. If I use my tool here, I should be able to drag and move it. It's being sort of ornery right now, so I'm just going to go over here. I can scale and position it this way by rotating these numbers. Let's say I want to make it big enough to fill the screen because I don't want my face to be seen in the back. I can do something, let's do just like that, right? So here's my video, there's my Doritos bag as it sort of shows up. Now, the other thing you want to be careful of is you want a pretty high resolution picture because you can see there's some pixelation and some other things that look really bad in here. So, you know, those are the devil's in the details, right? So you can definitely get this done, but if you want it to look good, you have to look for high resolution pictures. And that's it for this video. So that's how to get started. Each time you start a project, set up that folder, right, in the Finder, Creative Cloud Files, make a new folder, and then target everything into and out of that particular folder. All right, good luck.